Welcome back to the Security++ Bootcamp Vault. Episode 2, Objective 1.2, Fundamental Security Concepts. This is the vocabulary episode. The CIA Triad, AAA, Non-repudiation, gap analysis, zero trust, physical security, and the sneaky stuff, honeypots. Half the exam quietly leans on the words we define in the next 20 minutes, so do not skip this one. Let us go. Objective 1.2 says, summarize fundamental security concepts. Summarize means the questions are definition and scenario matching. Which concept is this? There are three big clusters. The CIA Triad and its friends, like non-repudiation. AAA, which is how systems prove who you are and track what you did. And the new star of this exam version, zero trust. Plus two smaller clusters, physical security and deception tools. Every one of them is fair game. The CIA Triad. 3 promises you make about data. Confidentiality means only the right people can see it. Think encryption and permissions. Integrity means nobody changed it along the way. Think hashing, which catches tampering. Availability means it is up and reachable when people need it. Think backups and redundancy. The exam gives you a little story and asks which letter got broken. Ransomware locks your files, that is availability. Someone edits an invoice, integrity. A database leaks, confidentiality. Practice mapping stories to letters, and these are free points. Non-repudiation means you cannot deny you did something. The tool for this is the digital signature. Watch the flow. You sign a contract with your private key, which only you hold. Anyone can check the signature using your public key. If it verifies, 2 things are proven. The file was not changed, and it came from you, because only your key could have made that signature. Here is the exam trap. A plain hash only proves the file did not change. A signature also proves who sent it. That extra step, proving who, is non-repudiation. AAA. 3 questions every system asks. First, authentication. Prove who you are. That is the password, the badge, the fingerprint. Second, authorization. Now that we know who you are, what are you allowed to touch? Third, accounting. A record of what you actually did. Logs. The trap is mixing up the first 2. If a story is about proving identity, that is authentication. If the person is already logged in but cannot open a folder, that is authorization. And if the question mentions logs or tracking usage, that is accounting. Checkpoint 1. Pause and pick. An administrator pulls a report showing which users opened a shared folder last month. Which part of AAA is that? A. Authentication. B. Authorization. C. Accounting. D. Non-repudiation. Think about which of the 3 questions is being answered here. Who are you? What may you touch? Or what did you do? Pause now. The answer is C. Accounting. A report of who accessed what and when is the record-keeping side of AAA. It is not authentication, nobody is logging in. It is not authorization, nobody is being granted access. And it is not non-repudiation, because nothing is being cryptographically proven. It is simply the log of what people did. That is accounting. Gap analysis is exactly what it sounds like. Step 1. Take an honest snapshot of where your security is today, measured against some standard. Step 2. Define where you are supposed to be, based on a framework, a regulation, or your own policy. Step 3. The gap is everything in between, turned into a ranked to-do list with budgets and dates. If an exam question talks about comparing the current state to a desired state, the answer is gap analysis. Zero trust, the topic this exam version loves most. The old model was a castle with a moat, a hard shell on the outside, and once you got inside, you were trusted everywhere. The problem is obvious. One stolen laptop inside the castle can reach everything. Zero trust flips it. Never trust, always verify. Every request gets checked every time, no matter where it comes from. The design splits into 2 halves, a control plane, the part that makes decisions, and a data plane, the part that enforces them. Next 2 slides, 1 for each. The control plane is where decisions get made. 3 pieces to know. Adaptive identity means the login check changes with the context. Sign in from a new country at 3 in the morning, and the system demands more proof. Threat scope reduction means every identity gets the smallest reach possible, so a stolen account can only touch a little. And the decision makers. The policy engine is the brain that says allow or deny. The policy administrator is the messenger that carries that decision out to the gatekeepers. The data plane is where traffic actually flows. Implicit trust zones are the areas where traffic moves freely once it is allowed in. Zero trust keeps those zones as small as possible. The subject and system are the user and the device asking for access. Both get judged, not just the person. And the policy enforcement point is the actual gate. It allows or blocks the connection, following orders from the policy engine. Keep those two straight. The engine decides. The enforcement point does the blocking. The exam loves asking which one actually stops the traffic. Checkpoint 2. In a zero-trust design, which component actually blocks or allows each connection? A. The policy engine. B. The policy enforcement point. C. The policy administrator. D. An implicit trust zone. Remember the split. Deciding is one job. Enforcing is another. Pause now. The answer is B. The policy enforcement point. The chain goes like this. The policy engine makes the decision. The policy administrator passes that decision along. The policy enforcement point sits in the path of the traffic and actually allows or blocks it. 3 jobs, 3 names. If you pick the engine, remember, deciding and doing are separate jobs in zero trust, and the exam tests exactly that line. Physical security, rapid fire. Bollards are the short posts that stop cars from reaching the building. They stop vehicles, not people. An access control vestibule is 2 doors with a small room between them. The second door will not open until the first one closes, which kills tailgating, where someone slips in behind you. Older study material calls this a man trap. The new exam says access control vestibule. Same thing, know both names. And fencing plus lighting form the outer ring. Hard to cross, nowhere to hide. 4 sensor types, and the exam just wants you to match how each one notices you. Infrared feels body heat moving, great for people in dark rooms. Pressure feels weight, a mat at a doorway that knows someone stepped there. Microwave bounces waves off movement and covers big spaces. It can even see through some interior walls. Ultrasonic uses sound waves bouncing off motion, best in small closed rooms. Heat, weight, radio waves, sound. 4 sensors, 4 senses, deception tools, all the honey words. A honeypot is one fake system, left a little weak on purpose. No real user has any reason to touch it, so anyone who does is an intruder, and security is recording everything they try. A honeynet is the same idea scaled up, a whole fake network of decoys. A honey file is bait data, like a file named passwords.xlsx sitting on a share. And a honey token is a fake credential or API key that no real system uses. The moment any of them gets touched or used, alarms go off. The pattern is simple. Honey means fake, and fake means trap. Last checkpoint. The security team plants a fake spreadsheet named payroll.xlsx on a file share and gets an alert the moment anyone opens it. What is that? A. Honeypot. B. Honeynet. C. Honey file. D. Honey token. Think about what the fake thing actually is. A system, a network, a file, or a credential. Pause now. The answer is C. Honey file. The fake thing is a file, so it is a honey file. That is the whole trick with these questions. Match the noun. A fake system is a honeypot. A fake network is a honeynet. A fake file is a honey file. A fake credential or API key is a honey token. Read what the decoy actually is, and the name falls right out. The trap list for Objective 1.2. Trap 1. A hash alone proves a file did not change. That is integrity. A digital signature also proves who sent it. That is non-repudiation. If the question is about proving who, pick non-repudiation. Trap 2. In zero trust, the engine decides and the enforcement point blocks. Match the verb in the question to the right noun. And trap 3. The thing older courses call a man trap is now the access control vestibule. If both names show up, pick vestibule, lock it in. CIA. Confidentiality, integrity, availability. Map every story to a letter. AAA. Authentication proves, authorization allows, accounting records. Gap analysis compares where you are to where you should be and turns the difference into a plan. Zero trust never trusts and always verifies, with the engine deciding and the enforcement point blocking. Physical security runs from bollards to vestibules to sensors, and everything honey is fake bait that tattles. Know the two traps. Signatures prove who. And man-trap is now vestibule. Objective 1.2, done. Next time, Objective 1.3. Change management. Why one unapproved firewall tweak can take down a company, and exactly what the exam wants you to know about approvals, rollback plans, and maintenance windows. It is shorter than this one, and it is full of easy points. Like, subscribe, and see you inside the vault.